Hello YouTube, and welcome to my first Phasmo stream of my first Phasmo stream of 2026 for you guys here on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a deep dive starter video today, so for anyone who's brand new to the game, who just want some tips, if you've been playing the game for a little while, but you just want to know like what's the best way that you can get started in the game or what to do, or you just prestige kind of thing, I'm going to show you what to do here. So as you can see, I've just disabled my loadout. You can enable your loadout and disable your loadout in the shop. So I've disabled my loadout, so I only start with the starter items. That's what you get from when you first load up Phasmo. You always start with the starter items here, one of each. And when you prestige, you go back to having no items, and you have to work your way to unlocking them again, which is pretty cool to do if you haven't done so already. But what I'm going to do here is just do show you guys what I do when I first start off the game, or every time I was prestiging at the time. What's the best thing to do and what not to do. So I'm going to show you how to use each equipment, if you like a little walkthrough, and what's best to do and what not to do. So yeah, let's go over here. I'm going to start. I'm going to do this at Tanglewood, because Tanglewood is the only map that you get when you first load up the game. But then once you prestige for the very first time, then you get every other map that just becomes available straight off the bat. So you're going to be absolutely fine. But yeah, we're just going to be doing some Tanglewood and an amateur, and let's go in. So yeah, so forgive me if sometimes I go a bit all over the place, but yeah. All right, so this is the truck. You have the map of the house in here. You have these arrows as well that you can go down the floor. You can see that there's a basement, and that's on the main floor, which we're on. There's no upstairs, so that's why we can't go up anymore. This is your sanity. Your sanity is very important. The lower this gets, the more chance you have of ghost attacking you. And this is obviously the activity board. So you're looking for like EMF 5 spikes or anything that adds up like a straight line to 5. And then if you get that, you can tick off EMF 5 in the book, and it'll let you know which ghost evolves itself with EMF 5. But I'll explain that as we go. Okay, so we're going to take keys. We're going to do that. So as you can see, we only have a few equipment here. So my first go-to items is the torch, because you're going to need that to help you see. The EMF reader, so this is what you use to scan whatever the ghost touches, or like if it touches a door, throw an item, the EMF will pick it up, and it'll let you know like the reading that it is. So if it is an EMF 5 ghost, then the bar will go all the way to EMF 5, but it doesn't always go to 5. You have to keep searching, because if the ghost sometimes it can take a while, or sometimes it can't. So yeah. Okay, so we got yes, that's the EMF. Next I'm going to take the spirit box, and I will show you how this works. But basically you speak down this by holding the push the talk button, and you have to see if the ghost will talk to you, but I'll explain more if it turns up. Hey Moonman, hello. How you doing, sir? But yeah, for anyone watching on YouTube, I am live on Twitch as well. So I definitely always stream Phasmo from Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sometimes the rest of the week, but sometimes I mix up games later on in the week from time to time. But you mostly will always find me playing Phasmo here. So yeah, if you want some Phasmo, if you want to come and join us live, I'll put the link in the description down below. Alright, so when you walk into the house, just like pick up the keys that are here. You don't have to, but there is a car that that's parked up in the garage there, and if the ghost is in there, there's a chance it can trigger the car alarm, and you don't want that beeping off in your head. So that's where the keys are here. So on amateur, the breaker starts on. So as you can see, I can already turn on lights, which helps you keep your sanity high. So this is what I was referring to, which is your sanity, which is here. So the higher this is, with the lights on, the lights help you keep sanity, but the downside to it makes the ghost very unresponsive. So in terms of it, like throwing items or listening out to where it is, the lights kind of like stop the ghost being active. It will still like do ghost events on you and throw item, not throw items. It do ghost events, and move doors, knock on windows, stuff like that still. But in terms of like items really getting chucked around, it will not do that with the lights on. So yeah, there is that kind of side to it as well. Oh, I should also explain, if you want everyone to find where the fuse box is, so you can turn the breaker on or off, you're looking for like a green marker on the board here. So as you can see, the green bars, like the line, is the door to the outside of the map, and the red are the windows. So what we're looking for is that. So that green box, so the fuse box is in the breaker, so the ghost can turn that off. So if it does, you need to know where that is to turn it back on. And also on amateur, I should have said when I came into the truck, you have a 5-minute setup time. So in that 5 minutes, you can't be killed or attacked by the ghost if it's an early hunter ghost. So right now, I'm kind of racing a bit of time here because I kind of forgot to say. But yeah, you have a timer, which will keep you safe. And right now we're gonna look for. So right now we're looking for there's a bone. So there's always a random bone on the map, and if you find it, you want to go and pick it up. But if you have a photo cam, make sure to take a picture of it because they give you a little bit more money. But as we don't have a photo cam yet, what you want to do is just pick up the bone, and that will give you some extra cash. Okay. So I would really strongly recommend, if it's your first time playing Phasmo, or you've just prestige and you're working your way through the second prestige right now, when you're starting off like what I am here, I think it's really beneficial to keep lights on as much as possible because you don't have sanity pills yet. So I know it make it a little bit harder to find the ghost, but the ghost will slowly lower the temperatures, and then eventually you will get breath in the room, which will help you find where the ghost might be. But just like that, the ghost is over here, and just like that, we have an EMF 5. So you see the bar. Make sure the bar goes directly all the way past 5. So now that we've got that, what do we do? So we're going to press J on our keyboard, and it'll take us to our journal, which is here. So you want to go to evidence, which we're already on, and you want to select over here in this box. You want to tick it once. You don't want to tick it twice. If you tick it twice, it crosses it out. But we don't want to do that because we know it's EMF 5. So what we want to do is make sure we just tick it, or we cross it once like that. So now, as you can see, when we do that, all the ghosts over here are lighted up. When we tick EMF, you see that some of the ghosts disappear. So now we know that these ghosts, it can never be any of these ghosties right now because they can't be EMF 5. So the ghost that can be EMF 5 is left on the board. So now we need to find 2 other evidences, because if we go over here, over to ghosts, and if I select like the Banshee, which is here, underneath the description down below, you can see evidence, and you've got 3, which is UV, orbs, and dots. So as this ghost isn't an EMF 5, we know it's not going to be this ghost. But every single ghost will always have 3 evidences. The Mimic, on the other hand, it technically has 4, but one of them is fake, and it always has an orb because it says. Sorry, this ain't the Mimic. Mimic's here. As you see under weakness, it says there's always an orb sighting near a Mimic. So the Mimic will always have orbs, but its main 3 evidences, its true evidence, is Spirit Box, UV, and freezing. So if you see an orb, you kind of have to check for these other 3 as well, just in case. It's that. Right, next, Spirit Box. So how do we use Spirit Box? We're going to turn it on, and it will make this noise. And you only get a response from the ghost, again, if it's a Spirit Box ghost, and if you and the ghost is in the room. So if I'm in the room right now, and the ghost is standing in here with me, there's a chance it might speak to me if it's Spirit Box. If the ghost is walking out of the room, and say that the ghost is standing in the kitchen, I'm standing here, and I try to speak to it, I will not get a response. Doesn't matter if it is Spirit Box or not. And that was a ghost event right there. So now that I know the ghost is here, I'm going to try Spirit Box. So you hold V to you hold your push to talk, and you just ask, where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? So we're not getting spirit box response, but I'm not going to cross it out just yet because the ghost might not be in the room with me. But as it just threw something over here, it has to be in the room with me. So I'll try one more time. Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Okay, so I'm going to say for definitely we was in the room. We tried spirit box. I walked around because the ghost will be walking around as well, even though you can't see it. So we know it's not going to be spirit box. So what I'm going to do is tick it once and then tick it twice. So we're going to cross it out completely, and that help us eliminate some of the other ghosties because they can't be spirit box as well. Okay, so we're going to go back to the truck right now. So as you might have saw before, as I explained in the spirit box, that the ghost did some interaction where it walked into me and it made like this hiss noise. So that is called a ghost event. And if you get hit by a ghost event, you lose 10% sanity. Now you can lose more sanity on other ghosties, but right now I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to put too much on you guys' plate. But so yeah, but for the high priority of the ghosts, you lose 10%. And as you can see, we've lost loads of sanity right now. So I already kind of know what this is, and this is going to be probably an Oni, and I'll explain why. Because when I was talking about ghost events only taking 10%, with the Oni, if the Oni hits you with a ghost event, you lose 20%. So because it looks like we've lost loads of sanity here, I'm pretty much going to say it's going to be that ghost without even looking for other evidence. So once you get used to this game and you learn some ghost behaviors or what to look out for, little signs like that can really help you out. Now, there is a slim chance that I've been Jinn abilitied. Now, the Jinn has an ability where you can lose 25% sanity. It can do it to you multiple times in one game. So, you know, you could be at 100%. The Jinn does its ability. You go down to 25%. So you'd be like 75% sanity. If it chooses to do it again, then you lose even more, and you're already down to 50, and so on and so on. But because we got ghost evented, I'm going to say that it was a strong Oni ghost event, so I lost 20%. So, but what is an Oni? Let's look for evidence here. So you can do it two ways. You can go into the ghost category here, select Oni, and it will tell you EMF 5, freezing temps, and dots. The other way you can do it is go to your evidence. So you remember when we was like we was crossing out evidence here? What you can do is do that. So if you select dots, you can see that Oni stays on the board. If I select UV, Oni's going to disappear. See that? So I know it's not going to be an Oni. I know not to look for UV for that ghost. So that's not what we need. So I think it's an Oni, which I think we're going to select it, freezing temps. But we haven't got that yet to confirm it. But as I said, from learning about ghost behavior, little signs to look out for, we already know it's going to be that. So this is very dangerous here because I've been knocked, my average sanity is knocked down to 50. So the Oni can attack at 50% sanity. So as soon as I walk in, I'm probably going to be getting attacked right now and not having anything to defend myself with. This is going to be pretty bad. But what I'm going to recommend to you guys right now, that if you're not sure what to go, like, try and get evidence as quick as you can. When you don't have any sanity pills. Hey Ali, hey Mirage, hey Pony, hello guys, welcome. So I would really strongly recommend, if you hear the ghost hunting, go to hide in your hiding spots. I should quickly explain. Hiding spots are like cabinets like this. You can hide it in. Make sure very important, make sure your equipment is turned off. Number one, make sure your equipment is turned off. Number two, make sure the ghost doesn't see you run inside the hiding spot, otherwise it's just going to kill you. And especially if you're playing multiplayer or you're playing with friends, make sure you don't do V to your local talk, because the ghost will find you. And also if you do global talk, which you can hear this sound, that sets off a microphone not only on yourself but to everybody else in the map. So if the ghost is near any player that is hiding and you're using global talk, you could accidentally get your teammate killed. So you really got to make sure not to do that at all. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to place some dots down over here. So long ways, and then we're gonna check. Now I need to be very careful here because we are about to be hunted. So we know where our hiding spot is. Hello, John. Hello, hello. Okay, so that's a hunt. So what you want to do is run away very quickly. Make sure your equipment's turned off. And you're going to go and hide. And there's two ways you know a hunt's over. One is that if you don't hear any footsteps. That's the first one. And it's a lot easier on a small map. The second way you can tell that the hunt's over, that you can go and move a light switch. If you can move a light switch, then it's not hunting. Sorry, if you can move a light switch, it's not hunting. If you can't move a light switch, then the ghost is in hunt mode. So you got to be very, very careful. Right, I'm gonna drop temperatures down there because I need to let that sink in. So what we're looking for is dots. So we're gonna stand on the edge of the ghost room and just make sure that we're not going to get killed by the ghost, and see if we see dots. So dots is that the ghost will walk through, like if the ghost is in the area of dots, if it triggers its behavior in that I'm going to show dots now, and then dots will appear in the pen, well, in the dots pen that we've got down there. So I know we need to check temps as well, but there's no point walking into the room if we're expecting the ghost to hunt, because you're just going to end up dying. So let's not do that. Okay, here we go. Hunting again. So we're going to run away. Torches off. Close the door. And you're going to be safe. Yeah, the best way, Mirage, to know if you get confused with them. Remember, the global talk does this sound. You hear that? Your local talk doesn't do that. So if you're doing the global one, so if you're playing multiplayer, if you're say that you got a friend that's in the truck right now and you're in the house, if you do the local talk, your friend wouldn't be able to hear you. If you do the global talk, which is this sound, and then your friends can hear you from the truck, and you're gonna be, and then you can actually communicate with them. Hi Raiders, hello, hello. Hey Cornbread, how was your stream? Hello, hello guys, hello everybody. Welcome in. If you guys don't know me, my name is Super Steve. I am a Phasmophobia streamer, and we occasionally mix up other games here and there, but you're mostly always gonna find me on Phasmo here. And but yeah, welcome in everybody. Today I'm doing a deep dive video to help for anyone who might be brand new to Phasmo or prestiging for the very first time, what to do and what not to do. Right. Okay, so we've left the FOMO in there for a little while. Let's go and check temps. So we're going to pick it up. As you can see, the red bar is way below 0. So we have freezing temps. So now what we're going to do is go into our journal and we're going to select freezing temps. Now I've already circled Oni just because of the behavior and the sanity drain that we experienced. I think it's definitely going to be an Oni right now, but we still need to see dots to confirm. So again, if you got a little bit of experience in the game, you could save yourself getting that third one. Mirage, thank you for the 70 stream streak. Also, Pony, thank you for the 35 stream streak. You got Victor dead by daylight. Oh no. Right. Also here, the sanity, the light. Okay, so do you remember I was telling you there was 2 ghosts, and there's 2 ghosts left on the table, an Oni and a Jinn here. Now the Jinn has the ability to drain my sanity massively as well. So when I was talking about sanity early on, do you remember we had a ghost event, but we're dealing with a Jinn. So if I'm not getting dots right now, there's a strong possibility that we could have a Jinn as well, because the Jinn can never turn off the breaker. And as the breaker hasn't been turned off yet, funny enough, we might have got Jinn abilities here. So what is the Jinn going to be? Jinn's going to be not that. Jinn is going to be UV. So maybe we should go and check for UV right now. Let's go. Okay, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Right, goodbye. Sorry, guys, we had to deal with something. What killer did you have in Dead by Daylight? What did you have? Alright. So Jin's gonna be UV. Now again, this is something I would recommend not to do if you're starting out on Phasmo because but then again, maybe this is something you might want to do and take the risk, because when you first start up the game or you prestige for the first time, you don't have any money or anything anyway. So if you're just trying to get that extra bit of money, maybe you could just go in for the gamble, or you can just take a guess, maybe what you think evidence you have got. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, so UV, we're looking for a Jin. We know it's not going to be a shade. And the reason is that it's not going to be a shade, I should explain that when we checked our sanity, we was above 35% sanity, and the shade can't hunt unless you're below 35%. So because we wasn't at 35, we can already rule out shade. Alright, so there you go. So funny, it's so funny that I was talking about, I'm not really going to go into abilities too much, but I literally had to here because that's exactly what we got. Which was, not only did we get a ghost event, but we literally got Jin abilities as well. So when the ghost during a hunt, or even when it's not hunting, if it touches the door, you get the UV and you can see it's left a UV handprint on the door, which tells you that you have UV. So just like that, we have a Jin. So yeah, so Jin can't turn off the breaker. It has a hidden ability, which is why you saw my sanity go from like 90% or 80%, because remember, we got hit with a ghost event that knocks us down by 10, and then the Jin ability on top of that knocks you down by 25%, which explains why we went all of a sudden from like in the 80s and 90s all the way down to like 50 or 45% sanity. So we got Jin abilities right there. So yeah, so now we know we've got that. Now we look at the objectives. So the next thing you want to do is look at your objectives. Now some of these, because I've played this game for over 5 years or whatnot, and I've already got to the max prestige. I'm always going to get the same objectives now because I have technically every item bought in the shop. But when you're first starting out Phasmo, some objectives you will never get, like repel the ghost with incense during whilst being chased. If you've prestiged for the first time, or any time you prestige, if you haven't unlocked incense yet from the shop, you will never get this objective. Not until you've literally unlocked it in the shop, and it comes available. So if you forget to buy it or bring it in, it doesn't matter. Once you've unlocked it, if you forget to bring it into the truck with you, then you could miss out on an extra objective. But we can't do any objective here because everything involves my other items, which I don't have right now. So yeah, unfortunately I can't show you anything extra to do. But yeah, for now we're just going to leave, and then in the next round I'll show you what the other items can do. So let's go. So, but yeah, you don't want to risk anything else when you're starting off. Just get the main 3 objectives. Get a Jin. So not get a Jin, but like, yeah, get the ghost is what I meant. And take the money that you can get straight away, just to build up a little bit of a starter situation. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, so that's just with starter items. Now usually you would unlock a few other items, and it'll come up in the shop, say you've unlocked this, you've unlocked that, but I have everything unlocked already. So what I'm going to do right now is so this is my loadout of tier 1, so I'm just going to enable all my loadout, so you guys can see all the items that you can get, and I will explain in this part which each item will do when we get to that stage. So we're going to go back, staying on amateur. We're not going to like I would strongly recommend don't feel any pressure. Don't rush into like the high difficulties because you feel like, or you feel embarrassed that you're staying on amateur. There's no embarrassment. I love going back to amateur sometimes. I play on all different difficulties. There's no shame in going back to the easier ones. I do it all the time. It's nice and chilled, and it can really still give you some really fun gameplay. But if you're starting out or trying to get some money, build up a little bit, stay safe, stay on amateur just for a little while. So we're going to go back to Tanglewood and let's go. I do play with viewers from time to time, but it's mostly only mods and long-term subscribers to the channel, because it's people that I've got to know and to trust in my community. So yeah, I do on occasions when we hit certain milestones on stream, but yeah, but it's only for people that I got comfortable with the community. Alrighty, so as you see, we're back in the truck. We still got, this is the 5-minute marker, so that doesn't count down until you open the front door to the house. So if I go over here, so I'm gonna quickly open the door here, which is a bad idea. I wouldn't recommend doing this until everyone is ready, but if I open the door, we go over here, and now the timer will start to count down. As you can see, the timer is counting down. Yeah, and there we go. Alright, so we're gonna take, so as you can see, the truck looks so much more busier now, and so much more full, because now we've got all the items that you will eventually unlock for the very first time. But to start with, I'm gonna stay with the same theme, which is a torch, EMF, and this time I'm going to start with a video cam. I like taking the camera in straight away, because if you get a ghost event or you see something happen, you can quickly get a photo, which will help you get some pictures. Okay, so we're going to walk in. So this time I'm not going to turn the light switches on, and the reason for that is, if I turn on all the lights as I'm walking around the house, and if the ghost is in that room, I'm not going to hear the ghost do anything, really, because it's going to be very, unactive. Okay, so we got the bone. So you remember last time I said, if you have a photo cam, get a picture of it, because it gives you some extra cash. So we're going to take a picture, make sure we got it. So we go bone, and then you're going to pick it up. So make sure you pick it up if you want to get like a perfect game. And a perfect game, you have to get everything done in the book. So you have to fill up all the photos, you have to fill up all the videos, and you have to get sound and get the ghost correct. And that will give you like a perfect game bonus. And I love going for perfect games. It's one of the things that I've always stuck to. And I still do it even after playing this game for 5 years. Is going for a perfect game. But as I'm doing a quick tutorial video here for you guys to check out at any point on YouTube, I would recommend probably not going for a perfect game to start with, just for like a few games in, because what's really important, the very first few games that you do, is staying alive and getting a few money built up. So when you got a bit more equipment, you can then go for like more items and stuff. Right, let's go out here. Okay. Right, so here's the breaker. It's back in the basement. So the breaker can only spawn in 2 places on Tanglewood. One is, as you can see, as you've seen it twice, is in the basement. The other location is in the garage, on the wall, which I can show you where it is. It's just over here, and it'll just be on the wall. Okay, so that is another ghost event. So what I'm going to do quickly, we're going to quickly run to the truck. So anytime you've got a ghost event, especially if you're playing multiplayer, go and quickly go back to the truck, check sanity. So let's see, did we lose 10% sanity? We did not lose 10% sanity. 20% I meant to say. So we lost about 10% sanity. So it's not going to be an Oni, because Oni takes 20%. So it's not going to be an Oni right now. Okay, so we potentially have found the ghost room. But you got to be very careful with ghost events, because ghost events can happen. If you're near the ghost in a certain reach, the ghost can like event on you from anywhere. Just because you get evented on in that room doesn't mean the ghost is in that room. It just means that you're near the ghost, but which on a small map can pretty much mean almost anywhere. So you have to be very, very careful. Right, so the temps, as you can see here, temps are going up. So I got evented on in here, but this isn't the ghost room. As you can see right here, temps are going up. So this isn't the room, but it means, because we got evented on, that the ghost room and the ghost potentially is nearby. So we're going to go and look and see when it's just, so it could be in here. Let's have a look. No, temps are going up. Is it going to be kitchen? Let's see. Oh, it stopped at... Nope, and it's still going... Okay, so the other room that's next to it is this hallway. Well, this living room. So we're going to check living room. And as you can see right now, temps are starting to go down. So you see how you can't go by a ghost event in the room, because it does not mean that you have... That's the ghost room right now. It only, if you get evented on, that means you're only near the ghost, and it doesn't confirm the room. So we know where the ghosty is. Okay, you just knock that down. I mean, the ghost can roam, but I think it just ran because the ghost can reach like I think it's like 3 meters or something like that. So it can actually walk over there or just reach that from being a little bit away. Let's check this. Just check this hallway just in case. No, okay, so it definitely is here. It just did that from a distance, so that's fine. Okay, let's go back to the truck. Okay, so let's check sanity. Okay, very important. I should explain this. I still see people get this really confused and they panic. And what I'm going to say to you guys now, I'm going to save you guys a lot of trouble with sanity pills, which are these over here. So a lot of people always get really concerned when they're playing with a group of people, whatever it might be, that when someone's sanity is really low, and they're telling that person to take a lot of pills, or take like a few sanity pills to get that person's sanity up. Basically, you don't want to go. You never follow. Well, on one occasion, but I will get to that in another time, or I explain quickly in a minute. But you never go by your individual sanity. It's never your sanity. The only sanity you worry about is the top one. Is the average. Is this one up? If you can see my marker, is this one up here. So if you're playing with a group of 4 people, and the other 3 people's sanity is high, but one of your friends' sanity is really, really low, but the average at the top here is like in the 80s, but someone's sanity is really low, that person does not need to take any pills. You're just wasting sanity pills for no reason, because you only go by the top one. You never go by this unless you're dealing with a banshee. That's the only time you go by your individual sanity. But you always go by the top one. So if someone's sanity is really low and this is really high, they do not need to take pills. I mean, they can still take pills if they want to, but if that's really high still, then you do not need to, because you're completely wasting pills on multiplayer, and yeah, you can save yourself a lot of hassle by not doing that. Alright, so we're going to do the switch. We're going to turn this on. So now with the video cam, as you can see, we found ghost orbs. Now ghost orbs will flicker they will stay stable for a few seconds, then they disappear and respawn somewhere else. The orbs will always move around in the room, so do not worry if you place a video cam down and you're like, oh, I should get another one over here, I should get another one over there. You don't need like 2 or 3 video cams. Just one video cam will do. I only ever use one. because the orbs will always kind of flicker towards like in line of the camera most of the time, and if they do disappear, they always come back into the line of sight of the camera. So I never worry about having multiple cameras set up, because you just don't really need it. Well, at least for my experience, like whether I'm playing on my own or with others, like you don't need multiple cameras in. Like one seems to always do the job. For me, okay, so it did that. So you can record with the video cam now, because it touched the door. Let's quickly check UV like we did last time. So there's no UV, but we're not going to circle it off just yet, because the reason being that usually if you check something you don't get it, you can pretty much most of the time cross evidence off. But in this case, I'm going to explain why you can't do that with UV, because there's one ghost on the board here, which is the Obake, that can actually, doesn't matter if you have 3 evidences turned on, there's a small percentage chance that it will not leave UV. But it doesn't mean it hides it for the whole game, but its ability is that it can hide UV. So make sure you check a few things, a few door touches, or if you get salt, a good few times, to really make sure that you don't have that ghost. Because that can easily happen. Alright, I can hear the ghostwriting book being written in. So we had orb and writing. So now I know it can't be UV, so now I can definitely cross it out. So we're looking for freezing temps. Dots will be a Fae. Mare will be spirit box, I think. Yeah. So it can't be... no, it can't be EMF 5 we're looking for. And you might be asking, how do I know to cross out EMF 5? Because if I tick EMF 5, none of the ghosts show up in the book. You see that? None of the ghosts show up. So I know it can't be EMF 5. So now we cross it out. We literally put a line, like a felt tip pen across it. Like, we're not looking for that right now. Did you just do the breaker again? I don't know why I'm doing that, because it can't be that. Yeah, it can be, but I'm not gonna mention that just yet, because I don't want to put too much information into one video at a time. But I will get to that. I will talk about a mimic again at a later point. Right. Right, so now we're gonna go back to the truck. We're gonna check sanity. Sanity is still really high, so the average is like 70. Now, when you get to learn about these ghosts, you know when you should take pills, when you shouldn't take pills. So without going into too much information, these 2 ghosts here can hunt really early. These are early hunting ghosts, where the rev is 50%. These ones are above 50 in certain situations, but I'm not going to go into too much information in this video, because I don't want you guys to take too much information. This is more about just trying to get done what you can, and surviving, basically. So we're going to take crucifixes now. So only do this, obviously, if you've unlocked quite a few more items, and whatnot. So we're going to put a cruci down. Here comes an airball, so I'm going to lose sanity because of that. So do you remember we was at 70% sanity? If I go back to the truck, I would have lost 10%, so now we should be at 60. Yep, there we go. We're just below 60, because being in the dark for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then, but technically, yeah, we're technically just under 60% right now. So our sanity is quite low. So just for us to stay safe, because we still got things to get done, and we still need to figure out what the ghost is, I'm going to take a sanity pill, which will give me 40% back. Only on amateur do you get 40% back. It changes the higher up you go on the difficulties. But once you take a pill, your sanity will slowly start to go up here. So now we're going to be fine. Now none of the ghosts can actually attack us. So now I don't need to worry about bringing a smudge in, because none of those ghosts can hunt me right now. So we're absolutely safe. Even if I hear like a noise, like a ghost event happening, I do not need to panic because we're in safety range. Right, let's go, and we're going to take some sounds. We'll take this. We'll take this. Okay. So we've checked our hiding spot. On amateur, you always get every hiding spot in the map. So that's why I really recommend playing amateur, because when you play higher difficulties, or even when you move up to intermediate, 1 or 2 hiding spots could be getting blocked up. Now, it's not always the same hiding spots that get blocked, but learn your hiding spots on the map first. So when you go to those harder difficulties, you know what hiding spots get blocked off, which ones don't get blocked off. And it's always random when you load in. So it's never the same hiding spots that you're going to encounter. And there you go. There's the ghost writing right there. Oh, I'm trying to place the wrong thing. Put the motion down. Okay, so what are we looking for? So we're looking for dots, which we haven't seen yet, but I'm not going to rule that out just yet. We're also looking for spirit box and freezing. So let's check the thermometer right now, and we have freezing temps, which is a rev. So there we go. So now we've got all our evidence. So this ghost can only hunt at 50% sanity. So now I know I'm even more in a better position, because this ghost can hunt a lot later. So if I get any ghost events, you want to try and avoid those, because that will drain your sanity. So we're going to take a picture of the writing book here. There we go. And let's try and get some sound. So it's also a really good idea to bring multiple of the same items in. Now, you don't have to, but this is why I like to do this, because if I get ghostwriting, that can be an extra sound to get in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back and get the sound. Sorry, not the sound, the ghostwriting book. What's my sanity? Always check it. We're at 90, so that is amazing. Now, you can stop your sanity from draining if you turn on every light that's connected to that room. But if you get ghost evented on, then you will lose sanity. So as the ghost did the breaker, is it in here? Is it basement again? Okay, we're getting unlucky with the spots right now, but it's okay. We're gonna go and turn the breaker on. Right. So what I'm going to do now, I've got the sound recorder ready. I'm going to now place the book down. Close that one up. Put that back here. So now if it writes in the book again, we're ready to capture the sound. Only place the book down when you know that you're ready with your sound recorder. If you don't know where your sound recorder is and you're not ready yet, don't place the book. Don't leave it open. If you just drop the book down like this, the ghost can't write in it. You need to make sure that you open up the book like this. You hold down F and you get this range that you can see. Hold that down, place the book, and then it will write. So if the ghost is already written in the book after placing it, and then you unplace it down like that, the ghost can actually throw this around now. And it can become like an extra item to get a picture. Alright, so this is the sound recorder. As you see, we've got red lights showing up that we've got sound. What you need to do is locate the sound, which is you need to get those lights to turn green. So you're going to walk around. If it drops down, you're going further away from it. So you need to go where it gets higher, over here, in the green. Hold down the record. And then we should have got sound, which we got whisper. There you go. Done the candle. We go over to that. And it ticked. So you get the little confirmed thumb where it pushes it in, saying that it's recorded it, and we've got the fire extinguished. Now we just got to wait. So what I would really recommend with this, don't hold down like what I'm doing now. Do not hold down the record button. The reason being is that you don't want to get the same thing. listen to what the sound is first. If it's a sound that you haven't got yet, then record. If you just hold down the record button, you're just gonna get the same stuff, and it's gonna really screw up your perfect investigation if that's what you're going for. Okay. As I say, this ghost isn't. So the higher your sanity as well, the higher your sanity, the less that the ghost does as well. So the lower your sanity gets, the more active the ghost can become. There you go, ghost writing. So we're going to record, hold it down, do not release the button, and then once you hit that thumb confirms that it's pushed it in, you've got the ghost writing. And there you go, sound is done. We need to get 2 more photos. So I'm just going to throw that. And also, I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm going to pick up my photo cam. Oh, sorry, my video cam, and also throw that down. Because what the ghost can do is pick up some of your items. And when it picks up your item, you can get a photo of it that will say levitation. Oh no, sorry, interaction, not levitation. But what you're looking for, so how to get these throws. Phasmo has 4 different throw systems in the game. The first throw system is the one that we've been used to if you're a long time player and you've been playing this game for 5 years, is that the ghost will just throw an item without any, you know, it doesn't hesitate to throw an item. It'll throw in any direction and it will just throw it. So if it does that, you do not take a picture. So what you're looking for, so what the ghost will do is levitate an item. So that it will pick an item up, it will slowly levitate off the ground, and it will either drop it down, which is one of the interactions, and the second interaction to that is that it also levitates it and then chucks it somewhere. So to get the picture, you need to make sure you only get it when it levitates, not during the throw. If you take it during the throw, it's not going to count as an interaction photo. It needs to be when the item is levitating to for the picture to count. So I'm going to show you here how to get that. That's if the ghost decides to do anything, because he is being a little bit quiet now. Now, if you think that you've been in the house for quite a long time and standing in the dark, don't be ashamed to go back to the truck and check your sanity. Because staying alive, obviously, as I said, is what is really, really important. So let's go back and check. We're in like 74, 75 range. Like I said, this ghost, once you know when the ghost can hunt at, we know it can't hunt to at 50. So we're still in no danger. So let's go back in. You can pick up a smudge to get ready, just to be prepared. But yeah, but you don't need to right now. Right now we're still absolutely safe. Okie dokie. Okay. So we got a cup over there. We got like a picture frame. The ghostwriting books I've closed up so it can levitate them. Actually, I think that would be a bad idea, because if the ghost writes in the book and it levitates it, it actually comes up with ghostwriting again. So we actually don't need. Actually, it'd be a bad idea to get that right now. Right, I'm just gonna throw that down. Ah, you see that? So that wasn't. I think if it does a quick levitation like that, I think you could still get that one as well, but we will try again in a second. But yeah, but the ones I like to get are the ones that you see are quite slower. There's ones that they levitate it, but it's quite slowly, and then they either throw it or chuck it, and that's the ones those are the ones you want to get a picture of, really. I think those ones that are really quick, I don't think they count, but or they might count it, but you might have to be really quick to get it, which can be a little bit tricky to do. Okay. So yeah, I hope it's not too hard for anyone who's watching this on YouTube or here with me live. That I hope this isn't too confusing, and I hope that this does become helpful for you guys. because I like to do these helpful videos to help going forward with your gameplay. But yeah, this will be on YouTube, so if you're watching this back on YouTube, I will put the link into my Twitch if you want to come over and catch me live when we play Phasmo, because yeah, I do a lot of Phasmo here. Phasmo is my main game here on Twitch, and so yeah, if you want to ever come and catch me live, but don't worry, I will still keep posting on YouTube. I will be posting a lot more videos because now I've got a good PC and recording system now, that where before I was really struggling to get videos out, but now with the new PC this year and stuff, I should be able to get a lot more different content out to help with Phasmo stuff. And I'm going to be mixing it up a little bit more with Phasmo videos, because I've noticed that even though a lot of them I'm pretty proud of, which is like a lot of challenges that I've done, but there are a lot of APOC free challenges that I have posted in there quite a lot of, and I kind of want to get away from that a little bit, so I think I've done enough APOC free videos for the meantime. So it's not to say that I won't post any more of them, which I will do, but for right now, for a good few months, I think we don't need any more videos on APOC free like on the YouTube side of things, because I think there's enough there for you guys to check out if you need help with APOC free challenges. So if you haven't seen the latest YouTube video that I posted on APOC free, you can go and check out our APOC free at Sunny Meadows, where we got a perfect game on APOC free. So we did like a gold trophy. We had to get a gold trophy as well, not just a perfect game, but it had to be gold trophy requirements, which is ghost picture, get the ghost right, obviously all that stuff. So if you want to go and see the perfect game version of that, you can. Hey Wicked, hello. Welcome back, Mirage. Hello. So yeah, this rev is very it's really not caring right now, huh? Where did you just chuck that carp? Oh, you chucked it down there. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So I'm still waiting to get that levitation. So let's see if we can, hopefully we can get one to happen. We could get a picture of the cursed items. So yeah, I haven't really explained cursed items yet. So every time you load into a game, you will get a random cursed item. And cursed items, which we got the monkey paw here, can really help you get ghost events or pictures of the ghost, but they do come at a really high cost. They will take your sanity and can risk you getting getting killed. So you have to be very careful, and I would really strongly recommend not using them until you've kind of learnt what they can do and had practice with them, because yeah, you need to learn what they can do first, and just practice using them from time to time. Never use them in the ghost room, because you will just die. Never use them directly into the ghost room, because that's just going to be really, really bad. Uh-oh, Mirage is drinking. Watch out, everybody. What are you drinking, Mirage? I forgot. Like it's a Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. You're on red wine. Uh-oh. Okay, so another thing to do, if you're trying to get better at learning what your sanity is, like where you think you might be at. Just take a guess, like get like a sense of a feeling how long you've been in the ghost room for. Oh, there's an event. There it is. So we're going to take a picture. And that should say ghost in the book. Look at that. If you're quick enough, you can quickly grab the video cam and record. Oh, we missed it. So I was a little bit slow there, but you can try and get both recordings done. I'm just gonna put this a little bit like over here. Okay. Right, let's put salt down. So my advice for salt, never use all the salt that you have, that you've brought in with you. Just put one down and then save it. Because what can end up happening, you're not ready with your video cam. The ghost might just be standing or heading towards you in that precise moment. And you could easily put all the salt down and you're not ready to get it. And you're just going to really mess up. So right now we got all three in one go. Salt, motion, crucifix, because it was all together. And we just done that in one go. Right, everything is done. Now we got to do... Oh, it's not. I've done a mistake here. I'm going to show you what my mistake is. So if you... Oh, crap. It's fine. We can go and hide. So a rev is really, really slow when it doesn't see you. If it detects you... So if I turn on my torch... Oh. Okay, the hunt's over. So I'm going to show you my mistake here. Which I was going to do. You can see we need to get a photo of an EMF reading. Which I filled up the book but haven't got EMF. So what I'm going to do is delete a photo. Now make sure you check what the value of your photos are. Because you don't want to delete a really high priced photo. So let's get rid of monkey paw because that's only worth 5. So we're going to delete that and take that off. I'm sorry to hear that, Wicked. I hope he gets better very, very soon. Okay, so our sanity is really, really like low. As you can see, we're below 50% sanity, which I said the rev can hunt at. So what we're gonna do now is take a pill because we don't need it to hunt anymore. We don't need to escape a ghost. We don't need to get a crucifix burn anymore or anything like that. So we're gonna take a pill, get our sanity back. Right, so I've deleted the photo. So now we need to get a picture of EMF, and we need to do parabolic, which is this here. So the parabolic is that you have to turn it on. So if you get that little red light on the item, you see the little light shines on. And always stand back from the ghost room. Don't walk into the ghost room. Now, it's not to say it won't work. But when I see people do this, they really make a really big mistake. And the mistake is that, yes, you can get sound by being in here. But what can end up happening that if you're facing this way, and because this is still part of the ghost room, if the ghost, so the ghost is going to be this UV light. If the ghost is standing here, and we're in the ghost room, and we're looking this way, and the ghost is literally making sound, we're not going to hear it because we're looking this way. There's nothing to detect this area. So the ghost could be standing behind us. We're over here. We're not going to get sound. And we just got sound there because we catched it. But that's what can happen. So you can still get it. But what you really want to do to make sure you get sound everywhere is to walk away from the room. Like back here. So you cover that whole area. So that at any moment the ghost makes any kind of sound, the parabolic mic will detect it and it's going to be fine. But we've already got it, luckily enough, as we was just talking about it, because luckily the ghost was over there. Alright, let's get that. Where's my EMF? EMF is here. So what we're waiting to do now is... So put this near a candle if you want. You can see that it's making noise, but it's not making noise anymore. So now I can't take a picture of it. So now I can't do that. Place it there. So now we need to wait for the ghost to do something like that. It threw an item. Just throw that down a second. Threw this cup, so put it down. Take a picture. The objective is ticked off. We go in the book. We got the EMF. It doesn't mean EMF 5. When it says that adjective, it does not mean EMF 5. As you can see, we know what the ghost is. It just means get a picture of any reading that you can. And just like that, guys, we've kept our sanity high. We've got everything done. And that is I would say, a very good perfect game. And now we're going to go. And now when we go back to the main menu, it will say perfect game investigation. Oh look, the ghost is me. And there you go. And then we had a rev. It didn't even hunt. Luckily we had crucifixes down. That helped a little bit because I was not checking my sanity, but because I had crucis down, I felt kind of okay. Right, there we go. Right, what I'm going to do for the last part of this video, so I've just shown you one without items when you start off and one when you have items. I'm going to go back to disabling some of my items, and what I'm going to do is only add one of each item. Well, no, not one of each item, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I haven't unlocked everything yet. So I'm going to keep photocam in there. I keep sorting there. I'm going to take away the sanity. I'm going to take away like the sound. Motion there, incense. I'm going to take away incense. I'm going to keep the lighter headgear. Oh crap. Oh, sorry, John. I'm not doing redeems today. I didn't know they're on. Sorry. I didn't know they was turned on. Yeah, sorry. I'm not doing I don't know how to. I don't think I can return those points. But yeah, no, I'm not doing the redeem stuff today because I'm doing more of a tutorial one today. So yeah, no, not today. But I will write that down. I'll do it next time that we do wheel spins here live. So I will jot that down so your points do not go to waste. Okay, so headgear, firelight. Yeah, I keep the crucifix. I pretend that we've bought 2 crucifixes. And yeah. Alright, so I'm going to enable that. So right now, I'm going to pretend that I haven't unlocked everything yet. So I haven't unlocked my incense and I haven't unlocked sanity pills. Because incense and sanity are the 2 last things you kind of unlock when you're first trying to prestige. So again, we're going to go back to Tanglewood and we're going to stay on amateur. So even though by now you probably have unlocked like intermediate stuff like that, but do not be afraid, like do not be pressured or be afraid or feel embarrassed that you feel like, oh, I've got to go up to high difficulties. That's probably the worst thing you can do when you're starting out or trying to build a bit of money. Stay it safe, get comfortable building some income first, and then go up the difficulties.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and
Alright, so as always, you get the 5-minute timer. The breaker's actually in the garage this time, so that's perfect. So you guys can see where else that it goes. And we got lovely sunrise again, which is cool. Alright, so here you go. As you can see, like the truck is a little bit not as empty as it was in the first part. The second part, you saw everything unlocked. This time, I know I'm doing a little bit of a weird order, but it's just to kind of, you know, get these different feelings. I thought just jumping around a bit, just getting to show different stages. Like, I don't know. Like, we're just doing it this way, and we're just going to go with it now because it's a bit too late to go back. But yeah, so this is when you've earned a bit more money, you've saved up, and you're buying some more items. So you've got like this stuff in. Alright, so I'm going to pick up the torch as always. I'm going to take EMF and I'm going to take photocam. So our objectives is crucifix, sound, and parabolic. Now, very important. Again, oh, luckily, yeah, so I have got sound. Okay, so luckily I've got all the objectives that you can get. So yeah, so okay, so as you can see, there's no smudges. There's no, what is this? Sanity. So again, we need to be very quick here. So what the game is trying to teach you to start off with is you need to move pretty quickly with the investigation, right? You do not want to wait around in the dark, lose sanity, walk into ghost events, because it's going to be very, very bad. Okay? So that's what the game is trying to teach you when you start, because you don't have sanity pills. It's trying to teach you to be quick because you're going to get hunted. So the last two videos we've been a little bit more slower. So this one I'm not going to explain as much because I think you've seen that a little bit in the last two that we've just done. So this one it's more about we've got a bit more items now. We can get a lot more done, but we need to still try and make sure that we stay safe and alive at the same time. So we're going to move a little bit more quicker by doing that. So let's go in by what we've learned. Put my torch on, of course. What am I doing? Okay, we heard something, so we found the ghost room. So what we're going to do, drop that picture. Okay, ghost is already going crazy. So what we're going to do is not stay in the room, be like, oh, look at that, oh, look at this. No, don't do that. You're going to lose sanity. Come straight back to the board, especially as you've got that timer that the ghost can't hunt you. So we're going to move. It touched the door. So let's check for UV. We're going to take book and we take dots down. So let's quickly go. So this is what you got to do, right? You move as quick as you can. We're going to go in, and there we go, UV. So we got our first evidence within seconds by coming into the game. Right, now we're going to put book down. We're going to put dots. Place it long ways towards the door if you can. That's what I always like to do. It's never really hardly let me down. Okay, if something gets thrown, check it with EMF in case you have a 5, but again, we're not going to wait around for a 5, right? The worst thing you can do is stay in there in the dark, waiting for a 5, because what you can end up happening, you're trying to look around for a 5, but the ghost that you have might not be EMF 5, so you're just wasting time where you could be using that time to get so many more stuff done and bring down so many more items to prepare yourself for what you need to do. So let's go in here. So we're gonna get the crucifix down here. Right, leave that down. Don't stand in the room again looking for temps. Just bring the temperatures in. If the temps are starting to drop, then you know it's gonna be that. And there's an EMF 5. There you go. So by us not wasting time, we went back, got some more items, came back, and we got EMF 5. So that way we haven't lost any sanity waiting around for that. Okay, so we've got 2 evidences already. So dots would be Goya. We need to check that from the van. Freezing, orbs, writing, spirit box. So it can be everything still. So let's try spirit box. Are you here? And we have spirit box. So there we go. Just like that. Probably still under the 5 minutes. We've got our ghost. The timer should still be... There we go, look. We haven't even got past, like, 3 minutes yet. Like, like we literally got everything we needed with this ghost. Right, so now, let's get sound. We've got time. We're in no rush. We still can't be hunted. We're going to put a candle down there. Now with this ghost is very interesting, and I'm still figuring this ghost out and testing a lot of stuff on this ghost. So this ghost has a unique interaction that if you put this ghost into is really strong against defensive items. So if you put salt down like that, and then you put salt down again, it won't be able to walk through the salt. And the same thing will apply to a crucifix. Once it's used one defensive item, when it goes to its next state, it won't be able to use that. So now, if the ghost walks past here, it won't do salt until after, from what we've tested so far, is after the hunt has happened. Because I had this ghost the other day at Nell's Diner. We spent over an hour or so testing all different things with this ghost, which was really interesting because we also had it where it burnt a cruci, and then on the second time it hunted right on top of the crucifix as well. So it can, this ghost can be very dangerous. Okay, where are you? If you can't quite get the sound, just hold down recording anyway in case you pick up something. Did we get anything out of that? No, we didn't. It was stuck in the corner somewhere that we couldn't get to. We did have... No, it wasn't... It wasn't that, was it? Okay, oh, yeah, we can get this. Are you here?
Sorry.
Where are you?
Was taken away.
Okay, there we go. So now we got spirit box. Now we just need to get one more sound. So what we're looking for is any sound really. We can get talking, laughter, groaning, whispering, whatever it might be. We can get anything from this. Hey Shitara, hello, hello. A little bit. It's still been up. My sleep's been really up and down today, but I'm not 100%. But let's record. That's rude. Okay, so now we should have a full book. Right, let's did I get a picture of that last time? We already got EMF reading this time, so now we're going to turn off the EMF because we don't need that. We know it can't be book, so we're going to shut the book down. Maybe we can get a levitation that I tried to get in the last game. Knock knock. Okay. So do you remember when I said about the levitation photos? So you're looking for the slow levitation ones to get. And we see if we can get that. So yeah, we've got like a shoe in here. We've got some other shoes over there. Got the book down as well, so hopefully we can get something. So yeah, so once this walks through salt, it can't walk through salt again until the hunt is over with by what we've tested so far. If it burns a crucifix, the next crucifix that's in its range, it won't affect it. And during the hunt, if you smudge a Galu, after it comes out of confusion, then it gets faster. Which we can go and get a smudge right now, so we can actually listen out for it. When it does. It's kind of the same. Oh, we can't do the smudge. Oh yeah, because I'm doing this setup as I haven't unlocked that yet. Okay, so. But what I do want to test for though, is that if the ghost does salt, and it's in its kind of rage, you know, stage against defensive items. Now that it's done salt, is the crucifix going to be non-responsive to it? Because we did it the other way round last time, and it did a crucifix, but I think it burnt a cruci, but then it did go through salt. And I'm actually interested this time to see, now that it's done salt first, will it burn crucifix next, or is it not going to do crucifix? Now, for anyone here with me live, if you do know the answer to that, please don't tell me, because I always like trying to test for these myself, and I don't want to know, and I don't want spoilers. Obviously, you guys on YouTube, you don't need to worry about that, because by the time you guys have probably seen this, or this goes up, obviously we would have tested it already, because well, I'm literally here. I'm literally here now, so yeah. Okay. You just checked. No, you won't get any new trophies for the new Ghost, because they can't add any more trophies. I've talked about this last year or the year before. That I've mentioned this a lot. That there won't be no more. That's why That's why there's no more trophies in the game. That's why the events. That's why the Blood Moon events, the Halloween event, Christmas. That's why you're not getting any more trophies, because there's a limitation. There's a console limitation that they can't add anymore. So you can't. There's no more room for that until something gets done with the limitation. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. So because of console, which I'm sorry if you're a console player, not that it's a bad thing, but for the achievement side of things, that because of the limitation thing, that's why there is going to be no more things to get, because it's limitation bound. Okay, so we've got our hiding spot here. Okay, these last few, these 3 games that we've had, Ghost throwing something, it's been really annoying. Oh, it did chuck my book somewhere though. If it turns on the radio, if you have a video cam, you can record that. So I think the Gallo can hunt at 60%. I can't actually... Yeah, this is like the one Ghost that I'm still struggling with at the moment. Like the Mbambo and the Dayan, I've figured out 100% by myself, and we've got those under the wraps. But this Ghost is the one that is hurting my brain for the most part. Because what I've seen and what I've had sadly kind of spoiled for me in some respects, that some of the stuff that I have heard and seen about, what I've not seen, what I got told about, sorry, I'm just like, that's not what I've experienced with it. So right now, what I'm experiencing with it and what other people are getting, what I'm hearing about, is like completely different. I don't think I need... So we can record that. You can record ghost events as well. But we already had everything done anyway, so we didn't have to worry about that. I should go and get a video cam, because a video cam we can actually start recording some of this stuff. Because that is a starter item. Actually, starting out in Phasmo has actually got a little bit more easier when you prestige, thinking about it now, because you got the recording system, where before you had to wait to unlock the photo cam to get photos in the book. But because this is a starter item, you can record stuff, and that will help you get some even more money. I actually forgot all about that. I'm so used to because when I was prestiging and going just playing games as I'm doing, we didn't have this recording system yet. I had to wait till I got the photo cam, which you get the photo cam by only playing one game, because I think the photo cam's only you get at level 3, and doesn't matter what you play on, whether it's amateur, intermediate, you go from level 1 straight up to 3 anyway if you like. Obviously you get the ghost right and survive, so you'd always unlock the photo cam next anyway, whatever happened. Okay, so it's done one sort at the moment. I want to see if the crucifix will stop it, or because it's done the defensive thing already, that's not going to stop it. Because when we tested this at Nell's Diner, it burnt the cruci, and then it ran in salt. But then when it was standing on top of the other cruci that we had, and I know it was definitely on the crucifix because it's in a very tiny room, we had the crucifix covering the whole room, and it started on top of the crucifix. But the salt was not infected after it burnt. So this time, I want to see, because it's done salt, is the crucifix going to stop it still or not? Now, again, if you're here with me live, I do not want to know, because I'm still in the mix of like figuring this part out for myself, which I like to do first. Oh, give me a second, guys. I need to go. Okay. Ah! Oh, no. Okay. Very, very interesting. It hasn't done... It hasn't done the crucifix, because that crucifix is covering the whole room. So if it goes through salt, then the crucifix does not stop it from attacking, which is very, very flipping cool. So now the hunt's ended, because look, it hasn't done the salt either. Yeah, you would do that in front of me. How dare you? Okay, come. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. No, I had to go help my mum with something. Okay, so very important with the Galu. If it walks through salt, then the crucifix will not be infected, or the other salt that you put down, it will not step in it. After the hunt's over with, as you can see, during the hunt, the salt was still not tread on, but now the hunt is over. Now it tread in the salt again. So now, from when this happened last time, I don't know if you need to be in... I don't think you need to be in the house for it to still be effective. So now it's going to be interesting to see if it will attack. So it's done salt again. So if it does work, it attacks. It does. So it's done salt. So now it shouldn't be able to burn the crucifix if it's just like what it did before. Because if I place this down, this covers the whole room, you see? There's no way, like, on the floor or anything that it'd be able to hunt. And then this covers this one here. I mean, that wasn't covering that bed in the corner. It could have started right in that bed, because the ghost can walk through the ghost can actually walk through items here. So either the crucifix is going to burn, or it's not going to burn now. If it doesn't burn, then because it done that salt after the hunt, then it should be on its angry defensive side now. So what that means is it be able to hunt on top of a crucifix. Peeping, yeah, I was peeping through the window. Okay, so this is what I was referring to at Nell's Diner when we had it last time. So the first time it went through salt, and then the crucifix wasn't, as far as we know, wasn't affected. After the hunt, it went through salt, but now the crucifix was infected. So is it a case of that we need to be in the house? Like an Onryo, you have to be in the house for it to like take range? Not unless the ghost was like literally in the bed, because look, I had it here. That covers the whole room, so there's no way it was out of range. And I did this at Nell's Diner in this very tiny room when it came out. Because remember that little cabinet, or the bathroom at Nell's? It's technically the same size as this. I had a crucifix in there and it covers the whole room. And we saw the ghost come out of there when it hunted. So there's no way in hell it should have missed. Like, if it was in the hallway and we saw it come out the hallway, and then we can go. Ah! Okay, I had to walk outside then, because I had to see where it's coming from. I had to look where it's coming from. So it definitely started in the room where I've still got that other crucifix. And it didn't trigger the crucifix. Because I saw it starting from here. Right, so if I drop that down there, I'd look this way, pick it up, put it down. See that it covers. So it burnt the cruci, I was in the house, then it didn't burn it. Now, it should be able to burn the cruci. But what I want to do is test this out first. I want to put, because now we've just come off a hunt. Now I want to see, is there a gap between hunts, or... Oh, I've got no more salt, I've only bought running. Oh, why does this ghost always turn up when I'm either doing like a deep dive video, or I'm doing like a challenge mode where I can't actually test for it properly? Every single time this week, I want to do a deep dive onto this ghost. I never have what I really want to really test for it. It's really... it's really annoying me right now. But okay, let's just test for the crucifix. So now that it missed the crucifix by standing on it, now it should be able to hunt on top of the crucifix. Because I can't do any more... I can't do any more sort. The best thing with this ghost is the smudge stick that I was really... Oh, airball that I really wanted to get, like, show, but obviously we can't because I didn't bring those in. If this starts on top of the crucifix, then I'm really confused how the heck this ghost works sometimes. Because now it should start on top. Again? You're insane? It's also done the breaker. So it's either after a hunt, or it's there's like a time limit after it hunts that has like a cooldown to its next. Like, it can do like other defensive items and then goes back into its state. I still haven't got to that point yet, because like I said, every time I've gotten this ghost, I'm either doing some crazy challenge here on stream, or I'm doing something like this where I haven't got everything that I need to really know what I'm like to really test for. Okay, so it's quite really slow right now. Okay, hunt's over. So obviously I can't test the crucifix there because now it just came off because it roamed into the hallway. So you see, so very important. Did you guys notice what I did there? Right? When the ghost hunted, did you notice that I did not run that way? Very important why I didn't go this way. Because I've got a crucifix in this room. Okay, and with this ghost it's a bit tricky because we don't know if it's defensive or not at the moment. But if you hear it hunting, then you know it's probably not going to be in this room. So it's roamed into the hallway. So never run out towards the ghost if you know you got an active crucifix that still can be used in here. So that's why I ran this way, because if I ran that way, that means it's not in range of this, which means it has to be away from it, so which means it'll be over here somewhere. So what ends up happening, people will panic, forget that you got a crucifix down there, run out, ghost comes out of its grace period, you die. And that's how it happens. And that's why I always mention to you guys as well that if you're trying to protect your entrance, so it's burnt a cruci, but we can't actually test anything else right now. So, because yeah, we've only got one burn on that. But all right, we got done what we can. I think we can still do a parabolic mic though. So let's go and do that. So again, this is more for you guys that are starting out. If you can't get a perfect game, do not worry. You don't need to get a perfect game, but if you like to do like a full investigation and have fun and take your time with Phasmo, then it's one of the best things you can do. So all we got to do is get this now. Turn the breaker on. Hello. What are you doing there? Did you know I was going to go in that hiding spot? Okay, very important right now. The ghost just evented on me here. So the ghost isn't going to instantly, just like that, just as I was explaining it, the ghost isn't going to be in the ghost room. It's going to be standing around there for a little while. So what I see people do a lot of the time, a ghost will event on them and people are just standing there on top of the ghost. And then they die, and then they wonder why that they die, because you're not moving away from where you've just had the ghost do an event on you. If you get evented on, move from that spot. So isn't it like, I think it's normal speed. I think it has like speed differences as well. I think after it's used a defensive item and it goes into hunt mode, I think it's slower. But then to counter that, obviously if you smudge it, the ghost gets tired, but then it gets faster because it gets faster off the smudge effect. Because then you've like kind of so now it's like normal speed because it's already done its defensive state because it burnt the cruci last time, but now it's come off where it's not doing that anymore. But it's something I still need to test for. But unfortunately, this ghost likes to show up when I haven't got everything that I need to flipping test it with, which is really annoying. This ghost is trolling me hard, big time. Right, I'm going to record the ghost during the hunt. I would strongly not doing this. Do not do this if you're a new player at the game. Only attempt this if you know how to escape the ghost and have a big experience. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to win doing this, but if you know how to break line of sight, you piece. you can get a recording. Right, we just got to wait for the ghost to trigger some sound. So, very important, the ghost always has a 50-50% chance to check your last known location as well. So, as it saw me here in the last hunt, it now has a 50-50 chance that it will either come directly towards us down here to check where we was last, or it's just going to like walk around and be random. So it's come directly this way this time. There we go. So we recorded the ghost during the hunt. Now again, I'm coming from 5 years of experience at this game and practicing escaping the ghost bit by bit as this game has evolved over the years. So only attempt that with no smudge if you know how to break line of sight, when to duck, when to like cut corners as much as you can. So the best way to escape the ghost is never to run in a straight line. You want to look what's around you, where can you break the most line of sight. So for here in the kitchen, oh, there's a bone. So break line of sight when you duck down. Spot number 1, spot 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's like 6 line of sight spots here that I can break cover from the ghost. Ghost, I want to get my photo cam. So it will check my last known location where it saw me. This ghost does not want to speak to us whatsoever. So let's get a picture of the bone because that's a little bit of extra money if you need to get some extra cash. Right, so I'm looping the ghost. There we go. So I'm using the that's the parabolic record during the hunt. Yeah, it can pick up during the hunt, but it's all about, doesn't matter what tier you have. It's whenever the ghost decides to do a sound. So the parabolic, there's nothing different in the only thing what's different in the parabolic is the range that it can reach. They all work exactly the same way. It's just the radius. I mean, tier 3 works technically differently. Only a little. Well, it doesn't do anything different. The only thing it does different is that it can reach 1 floor up, 1 floor down. But if the ghost triggers a sound, so you probably have seen either happen to me, or you might experience this yourself, that you could just pick up the parabolic mic, and as soon as you pick it up, you get instant sound. That's because even when you're not holding this out in your hand, the ghost is still triggering sound. Like if it chose to trigger a sound, it could be doing it and you're not listening and you're not hearing it because you're not holding anything to locate it right now. But if it happens to trigger a sound as you're facing it, then you can get it. Alright, I think we've done everything we can here. And let's go. So we're literally one video away from a perfect game. We could be risky. Now again, I'm going to be risky here because again, I'm coming from experience of this game, so I think I can get this last recording. But again, if you're starting out on Phasmo or you need the money, I would say probably don't go back in to what I'm going to do right now, because you could end up dying if you're not good at escaping the ghost. But what you could do is take a tripod and leave it on there and record from the truck. We could try and get a door moved video or a ghost event. So let's try and push for that perfect game. Again, don't do this if you're a bit low on money. Okay, so I'm going to escape the ghost here. So I've got no smudge, okay? So only do this if you feel comfortable. So the ghost will check my last location, which is here. So I'm going to hide. It's either going to carry on the hunt or it's going to follow around. Now, sometimes what they would do, they come here to check your last known location. And it has a 50-50, in this case, to either carry on walking around or it will get to here and then it will turn around. So you should never assume just because the ghost saw you go this way, especially if you're crouched, never assume that the ghost has followed you, because what can end up happening, the ghost is double backed, you're walking around, but the ghost has walked back as well and the ghost is already here, you've walked into it and died. So never assume that it's just came around here and done that. So I'm going to show you the same thing here. I'm probably throwing too much into one video here, which I'm hoping I'm not making it. I hope I haven't made this like really confusing for you guys to, if you're checking this out for the first time, or what to do. But I'm going to do this here. So what I'm going to do is stand here. So the first step to practicing looping the ghost, get in a good straight line. Okay, our running away is this way. We're going to stay crouched. I'm going to get the ghost to see me, so the ghost walks to here. So what you're going to see the ghost doing is walk to here. So come this way. We're going to move. Go behind something. Look where it's going. Stay crouched, and then we've lost it. Oh, well, the hunt's over anyway. So the best way to learn is amateur on short hunt grace, because you can get away. Like, it's only 20 seconds. If you've made like a little mistake, you can quickly try and run away and you should stay alive. But never run in a straight line. If you're coming from this room here, I would strongly recommend not running this way because it's a straight line and ghosts get faster when they see you. So your best bet is to run this way because you break line of sight, which will slow the ghost down. So I'm going to get it to see me again. Now we're going to move, stay crouch. And then there you go. You see how this time, it didn't come this way directly. It got to here. It went, I can't see you. So it can either choose to carry on walking or it goes back the other way. So if you want to practice looping around this desk, and the car included, then now is the best time. Because Tanglewood is getting a rework and we're probably not far away from it, which we're probably going to get a new looping spot and a new hiding spot. I would hope that the devs know that we need, if they're taking away this looping spot, they need to add in another looping spot. Well, they need to make the table a bit more, keep the table in and maybe add another place to hide, because you can technically hide here. It's not 100% safe, but I reckon they will add something else here to kind of help hide. Okay, so now the ghost has turned off the breaker, which is not great, but we can go and turn it on. So you can do the same thing with the car. Come to the car, get the ghost to come towards you, let it walk a little bit and then take cover, but because the hunt ends so quickly, you can get away and you're going to be absolutely fine. Welcome back. So let's do it one more time and then we will leave. Oh, actually no, I need to get a recording of something. Sure, do that. Right, let's do it here, shall we? So oh no, head on. I don't know if we got that already, but I'm going to go for it. Yeah, Shadow Ghost. There we go. We got a perfect game. So now the ghost should start hunting from there. There we go. So it's coming out of its grace period. So it's 5 seconds on amateur. Now break line of sight, go this way, not a straight line. You wanna break it from speeding up. The worst thing you can do is stand in a straight line when it's following you. And just like that, we lost it. See, and I'm doing this with no smudge. So the best way to learn is amateur. I just practice like breaking line of sight and doing this, because this will help you get used to how the ghosts work, what spots work, what doesn't work, and you can get the hang of it that way. All right. Right, let's go. So that is a perfect game, and we had no smudges, we had no sanity pills, we got all the evidence. Not even like the timer hadn't even count down yet, and we got all the evidence that we needed in time. So that's what I mean about the game is trying to teach you, when you don't have smudges, when you don't have sanity pills, that the key to this game is to move, get stuff done. Don't hang around in the rooms trying to search for stuff that you might not even get as evidence. You need to like move as quick as you can. So let's go. We got a Galu, and just like that we got everything done. Like again, as I said, no smudges, whatnot. I mean, again, I know it's amateur, but it's still quite an achievement if you're getting used to the game and you're practicing, because that will be a big win to your first like, and it will say here perfect investigation bonus. Alright guys, take it easy, take care, see you YouTube, bye bye.